Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The bill is passed.
We'd like to get a budget that represents the interests of the people who are standing here with me now.
To be part of the struggle to achieve a better society for all.
Welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Assemblyman Angelo Sanatabarbara, and for this segment, we're going to be talking about a program here at the Albany International Airport called the Sunflower Program, and it's meant to address the needs of people with disabilities that are also traveling through the airport. And I'm very pleased to have my guest from the airport. She's part of the Volunteer Ambassador Program there. Helen Shatterdone is here. Helen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I'm very excited to talk about this because I have seen some reports, and I see them over time, that sometimes people with disabilities tend not to travel, or they find it to be challenging to go through the airport and to address their specific needs, whether that be someone affected by autism or some other disability that someone may not be aware of when seeing a traveler come through the airport. So tell us about this program. I think it was launched recently, and how it works.
Well, it was launched in March of this year, and there are many people. I mean, traveling is full of anxiety for the most seasoned travelers, so you can imagine if someone has a disability, it's even more challenging for them. So we got involved with this program because we wanted a way for all the airport employees, the airline people, the custodial people, the restaurant people, the volunteer ambassadors to see the lanyard with the sunflower on it and just ask, is there anything I can help you with? So it turned out to be tremendously successful. And we give the lanyards out for free. Some people also want to wear the pin or the bracelet, but it's easily recognizable. And it has worked out well. It has helped many, many people. And
the lanyard can help people be aware that there may be people with disabilities that may not be visible.
Absolutely, because there are some people who, they could be deaf. You don't know. They could have epilepsy, and you don't know when that's going to, that could trigger on them. There's people who have all kinds of anxiety, other issues, and this just identifies them and adds that little bit of extra help should they want it. Now, not everybody wants it. Some people don't even want their disability or anyone to even know that they have a disability, but most people do, and they appreciate the help.
And are you getting feedback from some of the people that are participating? Has it been helpful? Some of the people have talked to you about the program.
Oh yes. In fact, I get calls almost every day, actually primarily for parents of children who do have autism, and they're feeling anxious. They want to take their child to Disney, and so we help them overcome that. The first thing I do is I tell them, come on over here and walk around with your child, because we know with autism that familiarity brings more comfort. And I'll even say, come twice this week, come next week, just keep coming until up to your trip. And it just smooths the way, because now they're not surprised too much. And then of course we train everybody. So even the airlines will know, they'll recognize the sunflower. The TSA people going through the checkpoint, they'll recognize it and add that little extra touch and understanding and time. The custodial people know it. The person at Chick-fil-A knows it. Everybody knows it. And it really does smooth the way and help them out.
So the tours are available to people. If they want to come in, they can contact you. And I think that does help with getting familiar and just sort of what to expect when you're actually going on a trip, what you can expect to see. And I think that's helpful. I know with my son, Michael, who's affected by autism, the transition, as you're saying, transition from one environment to another can sometimes be difficult, but as it becomes familiar, it becomes easier.
Yes.
And you have, besides the lanyard, there are a number of other items that you brought here. I know I see there's a bracelet.
There's a bracelet and pins. And then there's items actually, once, like an individual, the family can go on the Hidden Disabilities website. They can buy hats, they can buy a mask, they can buy little jackets and other things, like whatever they want.
Whatever they feel comfortable.
Sure.
Feel comfortable doing. And I know you had a couple of photos you were going to share. We may have shared already. The information desk is where you would inquire about the program, and that's located right on the first floor.
And it's sort of a central place where if someone comes in and they want a lanyard, the airlines will send them right over there. We are fortunate to be pairing up with Discover Albany, and our manager there, Mike Miranda, does a great job of helping people out and being very understanding.
And I also had a chance to look at your website, and there's quite a bit of information on the website and some videos as well, right?
We use them for training videos for the staff. Like I'll just have a big meeting and everybody comes in and it refreshes it. And we'll be doing it again because we have new employees and we have a bunch of new ambassadors. So
now this program is for employees are aware, but there's volunteers involved, right? There's volunteers that are part of this.
Yeah, the volunteer program actually has been around for quite a few years. These people, mostly they're retired or semi-retired, and they're home after about a year, and they're like, okay, I got to get off the couch and do something, and somehow they find us. And there's an application process and a background check because they're going to be operating pre-security, but they're also going to be operating on the other side, all down by the gates. So they get a badge and they come and do regular shifts, and we place them throughout the airport, and they help thousands and thousands of people.
I think it's a wonderful program, and I'm happy to see that we have it here in our area. One of the things that I find with my son is one of the more challenging things is to get through security. The TSA agents, you said, are also aware of the program and recognize the sunflower, so it may make that a little bit easier.
They're all trained to, if they see that lanyard, they're all trained to take a little bit of extra time and patience.
And the program, you said you've launched in March, and have people been has people been inquiring and people been using the program?
Oh gosh, yes. The word got out through some media, I guess, but the word got out, and yeah, people come up to the counter all the time, or I'm traveling next week, can I get a lanyard or something for my son, whatever, and sure.
And hopefully by airing this here, we'll get some other people interested, and it may be helpful to their families as well.
Well, actually, that's why I was when I got the call, I was so excited because this will spread the word. Yes, it's traveling that can be challenging, but you can wear the lanyard to the mall, supermarket, the bank, the post office, the grocery store. So we're hoping that the word gets out and those employees will recognize the sunflower and help them as well there.
And that's one of the things that I noticed looking at the website is that this is a program that is not just limited to the airport.
No.
It's actually a program that's widespread, and perhaps not even just in New York State, probably across the country. We hear some of these things are going on.
Actually, when I first started in March, I was told it was in like 18 countries. It started in 2016 at Gatwick in England. It was in 18 countries then. Now it's in almost 30. There's probably about 70 airports now across the United States that participate in it. And now the airlines are getting on board and training their people to recognize the sunflower. So the word is spread, and it's such a good message.
And the training itself, what's involved in the training? What's in some of those videos? What do people learn?
They first learn to recognize the lanyard, and then how to respectfully and politely approach that person, and and ask them just kindly, is there anything I can help you with? Do you need anything? And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But mostly it's just how to properly interact with kindness and care for that person. And most, I have to say, the ambassadors, they have a service heart to begin with, or they wouldn't be volunteering. So I get the cream of the crop over there.
And I think generally awareness is always good, just to be aware that there may be people with disabilities, people with special needs, and just to have that awareness in the environment, I think helps everyone. I think it's a win-win for everybody, because people, you know, everybody at one time or another needs to travel, needs to go through, and I think the more accommodating it could be, the more beneficial it is for everyone.
The wheelchair people are but really sensitive to that and very kind and caring and helpful. Also, TSA has a program called TSA Cares, and they help people, like you can go over ahead of time, or you can actually have a TSA person assist you through the whole checkpoint in that process.
And people can look on the website to get some more information, or they can call, or they can just stop in. And even if they don't participate, at least maybe can get some information on the program as well. And I would encourage anybody watching just to check it out. If you have a friend or a neighbor or a family member with disabilities, this is definitely a program that I was very happy to see that we have here, and certainly I'll be talking about it. I know there's a lot of information on your website, and we're going to end with that video. I'm going to share it at the end of the show, and it talks about it just talks about some of the things we just said. How you know, be aware that there may be disabilities that you may not see right away, or may not be aware of right away, but just understand that maybe that some people may have those challenges. And I want to thank the airport for embracing this program. I know it's fairly new, but hopefully it will inspire others to do the same as well. I know here some legislation that we passed is similar to this, maybe in line with this. We have a New York State Disability ID card. That was a bill that I sponsored here, and that's been very helpful in my travels with my son, to have something that sort of identifies that there may be some challenges that my son may have. And mostly the challenges we have, as I said earlier, is getting through the security checkpoint, where I can't really hold his hand. You know, I have to get him through. But everyone's been very accommodating at the airport, and we've been able to get through with minimal disruption, and be able to get to our destination.
Well, I don't know if your son likes dogs, but we have a very intense therapy dog program there. And we've had therapy dogs actually help people who have PTSD. I've seen some of our therapy dogs actually, after a few minutes, calm somebody down and help them, and they were able to actually, you know, board the plane. And
more information on that on your website as well. I want to thank you for coming in and for talking about this program. I hope it helps spread the word. We are going to end with that video from your website, and I hope you'll stick around and watch that. It's coming right up, and join us again here on Assembly Update, when we'll talk more about great programs like this and things happening in our community.
Some disabilities are hidden and not immediately obvious, so you may not recognise that someone has a hidden disability, nor understand the challenges that they can face in their daily life. The hidden disability sunflower helps by discreetly indicating that the wearer has a hidden disability and may need additional support, help, understanding, or just a little more time. So if you spot someone who has chosen to wear the sunflower, please be patient and ask if you can help. And don't forget to always be kind and show respect. The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Scheme, making the invisible visible.